So this is very interesting. I'm talking to Ong about his childhood growing up in Myanmar. He's married with 2 kids. His wife is living in Yangon with her family. And he has a daughter. But he's here working in Bagan. Originally, he was a civil servant. He's working in the Ministry of Religion and Culture. And that's what led you to work in the tourism industry. Now you're a guide, which you enjoy more. So we just had a discussion about the education system in Myanmar. And Ong said it's really improved ever since the 1990s. Because when he was growing up, people had to pay tuition, pay for the tuition, pay for the textbooks, pay for the teaching. And there was a dearth of textbooks people had to share. People had to share one textbook or an old textbook among many students. A lot of people couldn't go to school. But apparently now, ever since the 1990s and the noughties, it's really improved the education system in Myanmar. Now the entire Myanmar education is free for all students, right? Free for all students across all of Myanmar, right? All the cities in Myanmar, right? Is that right? So in Yangon, even on the lakes, Mandalay, Bagan, everybody gets free education now in Myanmar. Wow, so there's been a lot of change ever since they ended the coup, the military regime. Right, it was started by Ne Win. Oh, excuse me. Yes. So it's very much transformed. A lot of transformation happening in Myanmar. There's a lot going on. A lot of good has been done for the citizens. People are getting more educated. They get free education. Do they get free health insurance? Okay, so health is it's a private health system.
Now the health systems in our countries with the government, university, the hospital, but not like your country, very not expensive.
Government-sponsored hospital, but with low fees.
Low fees.
So it's a government-subsidized hospital. Wow, it's so interesting. Wow, so you said most of the transformation in the civilization of Myanmar occurred in the last decade or so. Wow. And your opinion was that the education has improved the most ever since the change, the recent changes. Wow. So are you happy with your lifestyle in Myanmar?
No, how to say? Yes, I can say I'm okay with other business as well. Only this tourism service, but also I have other.
Oh, what do you do?
I have many things. How to say? I have many things. Other job, like I'm teaching. I'm a teacher.
Oh, so he's also a teacher.
Yeah, I'm a teacher. I teach with the volunteer school as a teacher. And also,
and Ong speaks wonderful English, which he said was self-taught. Right? He learned his English by watching videos.
And
Speaks
also,
really, really excellent English.
also not only this English, but also we have other technique. Like the digital information literacy, which is very popular today.
So you teach programming.
Yeah.
Oh, so he's also a software programming teacher. So he's very versatile. Formerly a civil servant, Ministry of Religion and Culture. Then he became a guide, and alongside with that, he is a teacher, an English teacher. Computer software programming teacher. So you're very busy. Wow, how many hours do you work a day?
Sometimes if I get tired, wake up very late, about 7, and job will finish about 9 or 10, and then it's this for a day.
Oh, so you work like a 14-hour day. So he works. So typical Myanmar citizens work about 14 hours a day.
But it depends on the people. No, I have other other things to do. I have other agency, I have other job, and so many things. So that's why. Not only this teaching, only this tour guide, only this this sales business. I have other.
So you have lots of jobs. That's why you work a 14-hour day. How about the typical villagers? How many hours do they work a day?
Also,
They
the
wake up
farmers
early at
normally,
6 a.m. to pick up the juice up the palm tree.
Yeah, they start 6 and finish about 6 p.m.
6 a.m. to 6 p.m.
Yeah,
so the
then
villagers
after
work a
this,
12-hour
yeah,
day.
yeah, 12 hours and something like that. Because farmer as well, they say they wake up very early 5 a.m. and they go to the farm and they plow the land and finish about 11 o'clock and they break in the day and evening 4 or 5 p.m. start again and finish 6 or 7.
So 5 a.m. to 11 for the farmers. Take a break midday, kind of like a Spanish siesta. Wake up, start working again at 5 p.m. Irrigate the land probably, sow the harvest, finish their work at 7.
The farmer work with the animals, so that's why they can work for the body, but not the animals, not the cows, not the the cows can't work in the day.
Oh, so the cows don't work in the day.
Yes, too hot, but they can. Whatever people they drive the cows, the cows have to work, but they they care the animals, so that's why.
Oh, so they take care of the
weather is very
animals.
hot in here, 45 degrees in summer. So
45 degrees in the summer, Celsius, 45 degrees
the
Celsius.
ground is very hot, the land is very hot.
Yes.
So if they walk in day, the cows will be dead.
Wow. Wow. So you work a little more. You work slightly longer hours than a typical Burmese, typical Myanmar citizen. But you're very versatile. You have many skills. Wow. So what do they do when they take their time off, in the middle of the day? They sit around like us, have a tea leaf salad.
Local people, yeah, they relax. Yeah, just relax. But some of them have other job. They have to help to other people, work in the shades and different job, and they prepare for the farm. They prepare for this, also the farm job. Yeah. And also the farm the same. They toy juice. They prepare their letters and something like that. That's
So you would say the pace of life here in the Soleil villages is the slower pace of life. So it's a faster pace of life in Yangon. Yangon has the fastest pace of life. Oh. It's very interesting.